Alright, what is up everybody? Arvind here, and man, have I got a story for you today. So I packed my bags, grabbed way too much camera gear as usual, and pointed myself towards a country that honestly I knew for two things: mountains and maybe some classical music, Austria. But let me tell you, what I found was so much more. It's like peeling back layers of an onion, but instead of crying, you just keep finding cooler and cooler stuff. This trip wasn't just about seeing things, it was about them, about getting lost in the history and the sheer insane beauty of it all. Welcome to our channel. Today we're taking you on an unforgettable journey through the wonders of Austria. From breathtaking landscapes to historic landmarks, Austria has it all. Let's dive in. We're talking grand palaces that make you feel like you've stepped back in time, tiny fairy tale villages nestled by pristine lakes, epic roads that carve through the Alps, and cities buzzing with a vibe that's both historic and totally alive. I tried to capture as much of it as I could, the good, the slightly chaotic, and the absolutely mind-blowing. So buckle up, this isn't going to be your typical polished travel guide. This is Austria through my lens, through my experiences, the moments that made me stop and just go, whoa, we're going to hit some iconic spots, sure, but we're also going to try and find that little bit extra, that spark that makes a place stick with you long after you've left. This is Austria, unfiltered. Or well, as unfiltered as I can get with all this editing. Let's do this. Okay, first stop, Schönbrunn Palace in Vienna, and when I say palace, I mean palace. You see pictures, you read about it, but standing there, it's just immense. Like, you could fit my entire New York City apartment block in one wing and still have room for a marching band. It's seriously overwhelming, the scale of it. I spent a good hour just walking the grounds, even thinking about going inside, trying to get my head around the fact that people actually, you know, like this, emperors, empresses, the whole royal shebang. It's a different universe. The fun fact that blew my mind: this place has over 1,441 rooms. 1,441. I can barely keep my one-bedroom apartment tidy. Imagine the staff meetings, the honey. Where did I leave my keys? Conversations. It's wild. And the gardens, oh man, the gardens are a whole other level. They stretch out for what feels like miles, perfectly manicured with fountains and statues and even a zoo. The oldest zoo in the world, apparently. I didn't even make it to the zoo. I was too busy trying not to get lost in the hedge maze. Yes, they have a hedge maze. Walking through those opulent rooms with the gold leaf and the giant chandeliers and the portraits of stern-looking dudes in wigs, it's like stepping directly into a history book. But it's not stuffy, you know, it's grand, it's impressive. And it makes you think about the sheer amount of human effort and artistry that went into creating something so extravagant. I just kept imagining what it would be like to skateboard down those long, polished hallways. Probably frowned upon, I'm guessing, but a guy can dream, right? Next up, we traded the imperial grandeur of Vienna for something completely different: Hallstatt. If you've ever seen a postcard of Austria, there's a 90% chance it was of this place, and let me tell you, it does not disappoint. It's this tiny, impossibly picturesque village clinging to the side of a mountain overlooking a lake so clear you can see the bottom. Seriously, it's like a fairy tale sprung to life. I got there early, before the big crowds, and it was just magical. The mist rising off the water, the swans gliding by, the pastel-colored houses reflected perfectly. The crazy thing about Hallstatt is its history. This place isn't just a pretty face, it's been inhabited for thousands of years, all because of salt. Yeah, salt! They've been mining salt here since prehistoric times, which made it super wealthy and important way back when. You can even visit the salt mines, which are some of the oldest in the world. It's wild to think about generations of people carving a life out of these mountains, all for something we now just sprinkle on our fries without a second thought. It gives the beauty a whole new layer of depth. And the beauty, man, it's almost too much. Every corner you turn, every narrow alleyway you explore, it's another perfect photo opportunity. They say it's one of the most photographed spots in Austria, and I totally get why. It's so iconic that there's a full-scale replica of it in China. That's when you know you've made it, I guess. I spent hours just wandering, getting lost in the charm, taking way too many photos and just soaking it all in. It's a place that forces you to slow down and just appreciate the sheer, unadulterated beauty of the world. Alright, gear shift, literally. We're heading for the Grossglockner High Alpine Road. If you're a driving enthusiast or just someone who appreciates ridiculously epic scenery, this is your mecca. This road is an absolute masterpiece of engineering, snaking its way up and over the highest mountain pass in Austria. We rented a car, nothing too fancy, but something that could handle the climbs, and just hit it. The anticipation builds as you start ascending, leaving the green valleys behind and entering a world of rock, ice, and sky. The unique experience here, it's the drive itself. Every single kilometer is an adventure. There are something like 36 hairpin bends, and each one reveals a view more breathtaking than the last. You're climbing over 2,500 meters, surrounded by towering peaks, glaciers, and the kind of landscapes that make you feel incredibly small in the best possible way. We pulled over constantly, not just for photos, but just to breathe the crisp mountain air and try to absorb the scale of it all. There are also hiking trails leading off from various points, and even a spot where you can see marmots. One of the highlights is the Kaiser Franz Josefs Hohe viewpoint, where you get this jaw-dropping view of the Großglockner itself, Austria's highest mountain, and the Pasterze Glacier. It's humbling, seeing that massive river of ice and a stark reminder of the power of nature. We even saw some hardcore cyclists tackling the ascent, and man, my respect for them went through the roof. This road isn't just a way to get from A to B, it's the destination. It's an experience that engages all your senses, a raw, thrilling and utterly unforgettable journey through the heart of the Alps. From the raw wilderness of the Großglockner, we dove into the cultural heart of Salzburg. You probably know it as Mozart's birthplace, or maybe as the backdrop for The Sound of Music. And yeah, those things are a big part of its identity, but there's so much more to this city. It's got this incredible blend of Baroque architecture, stunning alpine scenery right on its doorstep, and a really vibrant artistic energy. The Old Town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and just wandering its streets feels like you're walking through a movie set. The cultural importance here is palpable. Mozart is everywhere, from his birthhouse to statues to chocolates named after him. But it's not just a tourist trap. There's a genuine love for music and the arts that permeates the city. We were lucky enough to be there during a smaller local festival, not the big Salzburg festival, but something more intimate. Music was spilling out of squares, people were gathered, and there was this amazing communal atmosphere. It's moments like that where you really feel the pulse of a place, beyond the famous landmarks. And speaking of landmarks, you can't miss Hohensalzburg Fortress. It looms over the city, one of the largest medieval castles in Europe, and it's seriously impressive. The views from up there are insane, giving you a panoramic look at the city, the Salzach River and the surrounding mountains. It's a reminder of Salzburg's long and often turbulent history. This city has seen it all, and yet it retains this elegant, almost timeless charm. It's a place where history isn't just in museums, it's in the cobblestones beneath your feet and the melodies in the air. Look, we've seen palaces, fairy tale towns, epic roads and historic cities. But if there's one thing, one absolute, non-negotiable, must-see recommendation I have for Austria, it's the Alps themselves. I know, it sounds obvious, right? Austria equals Alps. But it's more than just a backdrop. It's the soul of the country, whether you're hiking, skiing, driving through them, or just sitting on a balcony with a coffee staring at them. The Austrian Alps are an experience that will change you. They are majestic, they are powerful, and they are unbelievably beautiful. My must-see recommendation within the Alps, if I have to pick one specific area beyond the Großglockner, would be to explore some of the less famous high-altitude hiking trails in the Tyrol region or perhaps around the Zillertal Alps. Get away from the main roads, find a trail that suits your fitness level and just go. The feeling of being surrounded by those towering peaks, the silence broken only by cowbells or the wind, the views that stretch for miles, it's pure magic. It's where you connect with nature on a profound level. Why is it unforgettable? Because it's raw, it's real, and it's humbling. Standing on a mountain crest, looking out over a sea of peaks, you get a sense of perspective that's hard to find anywhere else. It's not just about the Instagram photo, it's about the feeling of accomplishment, the fresh air in your lungs, and the sheer, awe-inspiring beauty that makes all your everyday worries just melt away. This is the Austria that stays with you, the one that calls you back. It's more than just a view, it's a feeling, an unforgettable, soul-stirring feeling. And just like that, our Austrian adventure comes to an end. Man, what a trip. From the imperial echoes in Schönbrunn to the almost make-believe beauty of Hallstatt, from carving corners on the Großglockner to soaking in the culture of Salzburg, and finally, just being absolutely dwarfed by the majesty of the Alps. It's been incredible. Austria, you were a surprise in the best possible way. You delivered the epic landscapes I expected, but you also gave me so much more: history, art, incredible food, schnitzel count high, and a genuine warmth from the people I met along the way. This was just my slice of it, my attempt to capture the feeling of being there. There's so much more to see, so many more roads to drive, trails to hike, and strudels to eat. Every trip is a personal story, and this was a chapter I won't forget. I hope this gave you a taste of what Austria has to offer, maybe even inspired you to go out and make your own stories, wherever that might be, because that's what it's all about, right? Getting out there, exploring and seeing what the world has to show you. Thanks for joining us on this incredible tour of Austria's wonders. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more amazing travel content. Seriously, hit that subscribe button, it helps a lot. Let me know in the comments what your favourite part was, or if you have any Austria tips I missed. I'm always learning. See you in the next adventure. Peace out.